When the trees are bare, air crisp and cold, and steely grays, blues, browns, and tans prevail, winter is at hand. But not here today. Green grass and hardy plants still thrive. Beets and Brussels sprouts, potatoes and squash are at peak. So even as winter beckons, life sustains in a final flourish, enlivened by the brisk air, and reveling in the last cheer of the golden season. I go to the waterfront, facing north into the bracing wind, so that the air does the breathing for me. The incessant lapping waves against stony shore foretell of unrest as winter's energy gathers, soon to freeze that water, turning it dormant and still. But for now the water is animated and laps feverishly at the shore, as if its pace will warm it against the impending freeze. And for a time it does. Me too, feeling the cold, understand that I'll be turned dormant and still before long, unless warming flame and simmering nourishment sustain through short days and long, dark, cold nights. But for now I just bundle beneath layers of cotton and wool, sheltered by canvas duck and protective trees. I hear the rustle of dried plants that are already gone for the season. They crumple in the wind like effigies. Far off, across the lake, I see the lights of a car heading home after closing up camp. That's the last one. They're all gone now, readying for the holiday, behind lit windows in glowing interiors, surrounded by loving, smiling faces, far away from here. Now it's just the north wind, the anxious waves, the crinkling brown plants, and then the sun goes down. Now a chill creeps in along the ground, and an owl hoots in the night. When it gets really black, the coyotes yip and howl, gathering for their hunt. And the stars pop out, then a thin slice of moon. The water's lapping quiets, and rustles deep in the woods carry to my awakened ears. Being alone out here, I think about happy people, family and friends, and how different it is in buildings, around company and hot plates of food. As I take a bite of biscuit and cold roast beef washed down with a hot cup of tea, the only civilized comfort now, but it's enough to settle into appreciation of how inconsequential I am out here. Noises in the woods come closer. I hear a yip, a grunt, a scramble, and something circling. With measured breath but beating heart, I lean back against a big pine, spear held outward in the opaque dark. I can't see a thing out there in the deep woods that in its animated imperceptibility is transformed into a ruthless mystery, unfazed by my fearful imaginings or real observations of red eyes, snarling teeth, giddy yips, and hungry grunts. If the cold doesn't get me, the predators will, or I'll get them and have a roast over the fire that will sustain me for a week or more, maybe through the winter into warming spring. Either way, buying a week, a season, a year or more, I'm in this dance of survival, to thrive or succumb. Whichever way it goes, it's only for a time. Daylight breaks, and I slept a few winks with a carcass at my feet. Skinning the hide ensures more protection and warmth, and strength from the fat, gristle, and meat. Bones are sacred for fashioning tools, and slowly I begin to grow excited for this dire game. feeling millennia of ancestral awareness coming alive, skills that have been sublimated for around 700 years. It's amazing how they return, at first creaky, rusty, and confused, yet soon sharpened into gleaming instinct.